Hey, real estate investors. I'm going to take a couple of minutes today to talk about some basic math of marketing that most people do not understand. Everyone understands that getting a better response rate can lead to more deals. That's common sense. But what most people do not understand is that when you couple better response rates with getting better at closing deals, there's a profit multiplier effect that can add massive cash to your bottom line, way more than most people realize. So let me try to explain this in simple terms. If you can find a way to increase your response rate by just 0.25%, that is 1/4 of 1%, which is not much of an increase. On a mailing of 10,000 pieces, that will bring in an extra 25 leads. If it takes you on average 40 leads to close one deal, those extra leads will get you about 60% of the way to another deal. That's good, but it could be a lot better. If you can find a way to increase your closing rate because you learn various strategies to reduce the number of leads it takes to close one deal, then those extra 25 leads can be worth a lot more. In this example, if you can reduce the number of leads it takes for you to close one deal from 40 down to 25, then those extra 25 leads are worth one extra deal. That's a lot better than only being 60% of the way to another deal. But here's where it gets really good. Increasing your deal closing skills gives you more deals on the entire campaign. That means the original leads you got before the increase also lead to more deals. In the example I'm giving you, you can literally more than double the net profit you make by combining a small increase in response rate with reducing the number of leads it takes to close a deal from 40 leads per deal down to 25 leads per deal. Yes, you heard it right. I said more than double the net profit. You think increasing your closing rate that much is unobtainable? I assure you it's absolutely obtainable. I know that because we do millions of pieces of mail every month and we deal with thousands of investors nationwide. From that data, we know that the more seasoned investors typically don't need more than 25 leads to close a deal, and often they can do even better than that. On the contrary, newer investors or people that have not honed their closing skills can often take as many as 40 to 50 leads to close a deal. You just have to focus on getting better, and it's amazing at what you can accomplish. Teaching you this mathematical dynamic is important for two reasons. First, getting a better response rate is something that we specialize in. We invest a lot of time and money in developing and testing strategies to find the best list and also the best mailers that deliver better responses. We can almost always beat competitors who focus more on mailing the cheapest stuff rather than mailing the most effective. It costs a little more to do business with us, but what we do flat out works better and delivers better results. Don't get cheap when it comes to selecting your mail house, because cheap usually means less than optimal results and will cost you potentially tens of thousands of dollars in lost profits. Now, the second point is that you need to spend time with your own system to make sure that you're doing everything you can to handle incoming calls and leads properly and honing your closing skills. Before you start looking to reduce costs in marketing, make sure that your own house is in order and you're the best you can be at closing deals. There's a massive increase in profit in your pocket by choosing someone who can maximize your response rate while at the same time maximizing your closing rate. If you'd like to know more about how this dynamic works, we have examples with actual numbers to show you. All you have to do is set up a free coaching call with one of our direct mail marketing coaches, and they'll be happy to explain how all this works in more detail and how we can help you dramatically increase profits in your pocket.